Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Asad Yaqub and here I am once again in front of you and we are solving one IELTS reading test. I think you have watched all the previous videos as well, huh? That's great. And now we are going to go on to questions 32 to 36. The level of difficulty is at the peak over here, alright? But don't worry, I'm with you. And the type of questions which we are going to solve, that is flow chart completion. So I'm going to tell you more about flow chart completion, how to do this type of questions, and there is another thing. I have already solved this test, so I can brief you in a very good way. I can guide you very well. I can just tell you how I solved the test, what sort of difficulties I came across while solving this test, and that may help you. And if you follow my tips, believe me, you will find cracks in your negative belief about IELTS reading, and that belief is IELTS reading is tough, IELTS reading is tricky, IELTS reading is very difficult. So there will be cracks in that negative belief, and finally your negative belief will be broken. It will turn into a positive belief that, oh, I love IELTS reading, I'm so comfortable in IELTS reading, I enjoy IELTS reading. Okay, so after my videos, definitely you will come up with these new feelings and these new emotions. So let's take a start. Now we'll solve this test, and after solving the test, now we go to the book and then I'll come back. Let's start. Okay, the next questions are 32 to 36. Complete the flow chart below. Now we've got the flow chart, and remember, whenever there is the flow chart, the questions and the answers, they are going to be in the same order. Complete the flow chart below. Use no more than 3 words. This is what you must read every time. No more than 3 words from the passage. From the passage means you will select the words from the passage for each answer. Now let's read the questions. Companies carry out dash to decide the price. Now companies carry out something, they carry out something to decide the price that their goods are sold at in each country. To decide the price that their goods are sold at in each country. So companies carry out something to decide the price. We read 2 paragraphs about price, so we go back and we see if the answer is there. Alright, today fixing a fair price. Yes, they are talking about price here. Today fixing a fair price remains at the center of international commerce. When we look at the deal from the point of view of the seller, market research must determine the price at which the goods will be sold. Market research must determine the price at which the goods will be sold. Okay, so market research is something that companies need to carry out to determine the price at which the goods will be sold. Let's go back. Companies carry out market research to decide the price that their goods are sold at in each country. So market research will be the answer. Research is compulsory word and market is optional word. Sometimes some words are given in brackets, that means they are the optional words. Research is the word you must write. Next question. The price of the same goods can vary in different countries. Now the prices of the same goods, we read about that. The prices of the same goods can vary in different countries because of dash. Now because of something, the prices of same goods can vary. Same item, we read in 1 paragraph, they were talking about that. Now let's go back and you can see this. We read until here, and by the way, I told you before that in flow chart, questions and answers, they are going to be in the same order. So we read about market research must determine the price at which gets called. This may vary greatly the country to country, and people are often surprised to see exactly the same item for sale at 2 or 3 times the price it sells for in another country. Taxation and local governments controls are sometime behind this. Now this means what? This means this may vary greatly from country to country, and people are often surprised to see exactly the same item. This means the same item for sale at 2 or 3 times the price it sells for in another country. So this refers to that. Taxation and local government controls are taxation and local government controls are sometime behind this. What? Taxation and local government controls are sometimes behind this. Now what is the question? The price of the same goods can vary in different countries because of local government controls or taxes. Now taxes is already written, so that's why we will not write it. Local government, the prices of the same goods can vary in different countries because of local government controls. You will write controls as well, or taxes. I tell you again about this. It's just here. We read they have said these are the things. Yeah. So we had the question number 33. Yes, it's here. This, but often it comes down to the fact that people in poor countries simply cannot afford to pay, and then they've mentioned behind this taxation and local government control. Now local government controls is one word. I mean, it's the same thing. Taxation does not come with controls. Taxation and local government controls are sometimes behind this. You will write the answer local government controls. Next, the dash is finalized depending on how much customers in a particular market can afford, the affordability of the customer. The dash is finalized depending on. Now it's a flow chart. See part 1 or sequence 1, then sequence 2, then sequence 3 and 4 and all that. This is why we call it a flow chart. The information flows, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 and step 5. Now to ensure a profit, the dash is finalized depending on how much customers in a particular market can afford. Let's read on. We read until here. These are the things seller has to bear in mind when preparing a price list for goods in each country. Let's read this. Local government, this, but it comes down to a fact that people and all that, the same amount of money as those in rich countries. These are the things. Now these are the things they talked before. A seller has to bear in mind when preparing a price list for goods in each country. Now what's the question? The dash means the price list is finalized depending on how much customers in a particular market can afford. Now customers in a particular market can afford, you can see it there. These are the things. What are the things? The things are here. Greatly from country to country, people are often surprised to see exactly the same item for sale, and then they say taxation, local government behind this, right? Some people can afford, some people cannot afford that, so they check the affordability of people. So these are the things, all the things which they mentioned here, these are the things. Now in section 3 mainly there are the referencing. Now this is the highest level of understanding of English language. I mean, those who can answer these questions, they should get 9 out of 9 bands. So these are the things a seller has to bear in mind when preparing a price list for goods in each country. So a price list is going to be the answer. The is already written, that's why you will not write a. The price list. Now see, this is definite article, and there they used indefinite article a. So you will not write a, it will be the additional word. Next, to ensure a profit, manufacturers aim to to ensure a profit means that to make sure that they are getting the profit. The clue word is profit and ensure. Manufacturers aim to sell the dash of a particular item. Now one item, and they make sure that they sell what? Dash of a particular item. Now after 34 we will find 35. We found 34 here. Okay, in most cases the purpose of setting a suitable price is to sell. In most cases the purpose of setting a suitable price is to sell the maximum number of units. In most cases the purpose of setting a suitable price is to sell the maximum number of units. Usually this is the way to guarantee. Now the word guarantee, and if we come back to ensure and guarantee, they are the synonyms. I told you IELTS reading is the game of vocabulary, it's the game of synonyms. To ensure a profit, manufacturers aim to sell the dash of a particular item. So here they are saying, we were talking about this, to guarantee the biggest profit. To guarantee the biggest profit. Now what do they do in most cases? The purpose of setting a suitable price is to sell the maximum number of units. Usually this is the way to guarantee the biggest profit. The question is, to ensure a profit is already here. To ensure a profit, manufacturers aim to. Now for aim to, again you can see maximum number of units. Usually this is the way to guarantee the biggest profit. In most cases, the purpose of setting a suitable price, aim to and purpose of. Purpose and aim, they are the same thing. So to ensure a profit, manufacturers aim to sell the maximum number of a particular item. Maximum number. You can see this here. In most cases, the purpose of setting suitable prices to sell the maximum number of units. And here, to ensure profit, manufacturers aim to sell the particular item. For particular item, they have actually used the word setting a price to sell the maximum number of units. Number of units and a particular item and maximum. Okay, so maximum number of a particular item. And again you can see another thing, maximum number of. This of preposition is a very good trick. I mean, at times you can see here they have written of, so it means there is something that comes before it. There can be another preposition like from and all that, but you can see a word that comes with this preposition or before this preposition can be the answer. And here they have written the maximum number of. So the is already written, you will not write it, maximum number of. So this of is also a magic trick. Next, manufacturers can have a higher profit margin on luxury or specialist goods. Now manufacturers can have a higher profit margin on luxury or specialist goods which often have a dash. A is again article. It means there is going to be something singular. Okay, manufacturers can have a higher profit margin on luxury or specialist goods which often have a dash. Now we need to see question number 36. We need to go on. Biggest profit, one exception is in the selling of luxury or special goods. These are often goods for which there is limited market. Here slightly different rules apply because the profit margins is much higher. Okay, from here until here we've got the answer. These are often goods for which there is a limited market. Here slightly different rules apply because the profit margin, the amount of money a producer makes on each item is much higher. Profit margin is much higher, and these are often goods for which there is a limited market. Now let's see. Manufacturers can have a higher profit margin on luxury items. Now profit margin is mentioned, luxury items or specialist good, that is also mentioned here, which often have a limited market. If you come back and you can see here, these are often goods for which there is a limited market. Now this are and this are, it's a very nice tip. I mean, you see a means a singular noun, and a means you got to find something there which comes after a. So this is a secret technique. Without understanding even you can find it. So manufacturers can have a higher profit margin on luxury or specialist goods which often have a limited market. Welcome back. Okay, here I am. Now you can see me all. Okay, there you were just looking at my hands. So did you notice how we solved the test? These are the techniques, and by the way, you need practice. You need a lot of practice. I mean, after watching one video, try to do the same type of questions and don't give up. I mean, if you think that while watching the video everything is easier, but when you do the test alone then it is difficult, don't worry. Gradually, because you have to come up to that pace and that line and length where I am right now. So once you come up to that line and length, then IELTS reading is going to be easier for you. Don't worry, never give up. IELTS is going to change your future. Not just change, IELTS is going to make your future. So you got to do that, right? If you like this video, hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. I run 2 more channels. One is Asad Yaqub Vlogs, where you can know further about my lifestyle, about some funny activities I do and all that. And there's another channel, Asad Yaqub Languages. On that channel, I teach English language and some other foreign languages. So if your English language is weak, you can join that channel, Asad Yaqub Languages, as well. Along with this, I also teach IELTS online. Okay, and online means live, not like online means video call or audio call, audios or videos and files and all that. No, I'll come online, you'll come online, and I'll talk to you, and like we are talking now, and I'll teach you IELTS. So if you want to join my online IELTS classes, my number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best in IELTS reading, writing, listening, speaking. Take good care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.